beautiful things disappear. That's the title of this video, and also what I was thinking while I was watching snow melt on the hood of my car. I had woken up to an amazing sight yesterday. Just the ground covered in snow. It was beautiful. And I went outside, I took video of it, and while I was out there, I just noticed that the snow was melting on the car, and just when I turned around, it was melting everywhere. And I took a short little video of the snow melting, and I just realized how something so beautiful can go away so fast if you don't pay attention to it. The thought of paying attention to small things has really been in my life and my lifestyle in general for quite a while. That's the way I really got into photography, by focusing on such small objects that you might not even notice were there on a regular day, and focusing on them and bringing them into the spotlight for other people to enjoy. And this idea, this ideal, or this kind of thought process really came back to me while I was watching that little piece of snow. That no matter how much you appreciate something, one day it's gonna be gone. And I really feel like a lot of people should take this into their lifestyle, because it's a really important thing to just kind of keep in the back of your head, that you have to pay attention to things that you really love, because someday they will be gone. Whether that be people, your plant, your house, your dog, your cat, anything, one day it will be gone. Focusing on those things is really important when going day to day in your life. Now, this isn't a video about minimalism. There's not really a way to compare this to minimalism. It's just an idea that I feel like a lot of people should really be focusing on in their lives. Getting wrapped up in work and getting burnout and realizing that your work is overpowering everything that you're doing, that's a really good realization, because when your work is overpowering your just day-to-day life, that is a problem. But when you find yourself caught up in everything and missing the small things, that is also a very big problem. Sometimes people take life too seriously, and I know I'm 13 and I really shouldn't have any voice in this, but hear me out. I'm not talking about playing video games all day or drawing in a coloring book. What I'm trying to say is that people focus way too much on work and on things that really could be divided up. Like I said in my digital minimalism video, dividing up your work from your real life, like your everyday life, is a really helpful thing, especially if it's digital work. We get so caught up in our devices and our social media accounts and our follower accounts and our everything. It all just gets wrapped up all into one, just a ball of stress. And we forget about the small things, like the snow melting on the car. Or this morning I was walking my dog and I saw a little ant crawling across the bricks. And I bent down and I just looked at it. And I just looked. And it crawled across the brick, went into a tiny hole, and I didn't see it. Just like that, it was gone. But realizing that there's a subculture of just things that go ignored every day really brought this idea back into focus with my everyday thoughts and how I'm operating on a day-to-day basis and how I just like to view my lifestyle. A lot of people use the example of go sniff the flowers, kind of like go off the side of the road, go sniff the flowers, go feel the grass upon your hands, that sort of thing. And I feel like this is the closest anyone's really got to talking about focusing on the small things, because they go by so quickly and we just kind of forget that they're even there. And these small things can really help you. If you think you're having a hard time, then you look over and you see an ant on a brick, and it's just carrying a little piece of cracker. It's going into the hole inside of the wall, and then it's gone. You're thinking, that's happening while I'm dealing with this, and I'm so focused on this that I don't realize that there's so many other things I could be focused on, sort of things I could be appreciative of. And I really feel like focusing on the small things is a lot better than focusing too much on the big things. Because these big things, like, getting distracted at work or just work in general, just being on your mind 24/7, is really hard to deal with you're always focused on it, and then you think, well, there's nothing else I should be focused on because this is the main priority. Yes, but making sure that you're not making that the main focus of your life, making sure that you still have a section for family time, and just realizing that there's stuff to see out the window, and you're too focused on your computer screen. So the main point of this entire video is to say, make sure you're not being too focused on negative things, and make sure that you're letting in some of the small and positive things that you might just slip by. If you see a little acorn on the ground, just bend over, look at it, see it, look at all the little imperfections, look at it, take a photo of it, and just remember that, because there's such small things that people ignore that I feel like bring happiness to a lot of people. Like, you see these small things and you're like, wow, that's kind of cool, or that's kind of funny, or it's really neat how all this entire world of small things is happening right underneath our noses, and we're too focused on getting our paycheck a day late. If you enjoyed this video, please share it with someone that you know. I'm trying to reach 100 subscribers by the end of the year, so anything would help. If you like this video, make sure to like it. And as always, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.